Happy Tuesday, guys. Welcome to the morning sprint. My name is Japhanie Gray. It is just me today because my old partners in crime are off. They deserve that time off for sure. But again, we're going to be getting into a lot of cool stories for you guys today, including this one right here. So we have a drink that kids are sipping, but parents need to be aware of. We'll tell you why coming up later in the sprint. Plus, it's Tasty Tuesday, but yesterday was National Kitten Day, so we have to show you some of the love that you sprinted our way for your kittens. You get their kitten pins right there. As you can see, it is still growing, that list. We got those shout outs that we're going to get to later on in the show. But first, we got to give a shout out to this particular story. It's a very special one. So from the barracks life to the academics and physical fitness, we got new cadets. They are getting ready and getting a head start in their military career in Lexington. And for one student, the red line tradition spans 5 generations. So we have a lot of talented people here at our station, our photographers, everybody that get in and they make these stories. And 10 News photojournalist Greg Moore, he stepped in and introduces us to this VMI legacy that's making her own path on the post. Check this out.
The summer transitional program allows incoming matriculating rats to take one class at VMI, do some physical training. They get to live in barracks, eat in the mess hall, and meet some incoming students they'll be classmates with for the next 4 years.
I've been very familiar with it, especially growing up because of, the generations of my family that have gone through the program. My great-grandfather, great-grandfather, grandfather, father, older brother, and another older brother who will matriculate with me in August. Even though I have this extensive family history, it is my choice. And my family supports me on that, but they also encouraged me to apply to other schools, which I didn't do. They wanted me to find my spot, and I picked VMI, and I'm very confident that it is my spot.
Working here, you just see it's a family tradition, just multiple generations of cadets coming here. It just shows you what the positive impact that VMI has on people.
I have to keep that name up, and I have to, make my brother proud, make my dad proud, make all the other generations of my family who've come to VMI proud.
That's always a good deal right there. I used to do junior ROTC and Osceola when I was in high school. And anytime I see VMI and see the cadets out there doing the PT and stuff, it brings back so many memories. But to know that that spans 5 generations and she's continuing that tradition, such a great story right there. So if you want to see that full story again, it's on our website at WSLS.com. Now, something else we want to give a shout out to, obviously, everybody, if you enjoyed the Salem Fair, it was a huge success and a beautiful, beautiful ride in 2023. 35th Annual Salem Fair. Advanced ticket sales were up more than 50% compared to last year, and this summer marked the first time ever that a sitting Virginia governor visited the Midway. I remember seeing Governor Glenn Youngkin holding a kangaroo, so he was having a good time there. Organizers say that they're pleased with the revenue brought in from the concessions and attractions, with more than 1,200 items in the Blue Ribbon exhibit, ranging from woodworking to quilting. Salem Fair is also giving back to the community with 1,000-pound increase in food and sock donations. And one of those donations, which was the socks, was the WSLS night when you guys came through and gave so many donations. And so shout out to everybody who went out, enjoyed the 35th Annual Salem Fair. It was a lot of fun. I went twice. One time was for the Choose Your View thing. You guys saw us on WSLS night. And then the second time just for fun. Had to get my funnel cake fix in because, I love me some fair food. So yes, if you guys went out and enjoyed your time, please let us know about it. And let us know if you plan on going again. Look, there's Governor Glenn Youngkin having fun at the little zoo out there. It was such a fun experience. So yeah, I'm happy to know that it turned out to be a very big success. And the weather turned out pretty well for it as well. So let's get to this right now. Today, if you woke up, you noticed that it was a bit cool outside. It's that beautiful spring-like feel, but it's going to get toasty later on. Meteorologist Chris Michaels is here with that.
Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Thank goodness for some lower humidity. That's going to make things feel much more comfortable here the next 2 afternoons. Still going to be hot and sunny. High temperatures today, about 85 to 90. So some neighborhood pools are probably going to be pretty busy here over the next few days. Humidity levels, storm chances increasing with each afternoon from Thursday into the weekend.
All right, Chris, thank you. And speaking of Chris, you already know that's the Tasty Tuesday King, which means he brought us to a place that I think it's near and dear to my heart. I know how I just said that I had to get my funnel cake fixed at the Salem Fair. Well, this place is open in Blacksburg, where you don't have to wait for the fair or any other thing to come to town for you to get those sweets. Okay, so get this. It's called the Boardwalk. It's in Blacksburg. Has only been open a few weeks. This is Mark Housley. He wanted a project in retirement, and that project, which is the Boardwalk, is adjacent to the Blacksburg Farmers Market. Its mission is giving people a chance to eat some good, fair food without having to wait for the fair or carnival to come to town. So as you can see right there, you got the funnel cakes that now line the Boardwalk of Fame, are the center of attention on social media. He has fried Twinkies, bars, fried Snickers, fried Oreos, and apparently he sold 500 orders of fried Oreos in just 10 days. So there's also the Sandman. The Sandman looked pretty intense, man. It is a big round churro, basically, with sugar and cinnamon. Then you had the Sweet Velvet Dream, made up of red velvet funnel cake, ice cream, whipped cream, and powdered sugar. Last but not least, they got the college football favorite, which is the Pylon, because you got a Twinkie cut in half, ice cream, whipped cream, you name it, it's all there. Steven,
Yeah.
I love funnel cakes. I love sweets. What are your thoughts on these right here when you look at them?
This all looks good, and I've been to the farmer's market a lot, and
Yeah?
I've been by this place, and it's always been under construction. It wasn't quite ready yet.
Yeah.
This looks amazing.
Technically speaking, like if I was going to college and you know, apparently this is it's going to be for the college kids when they start school. This is going to add a lot of poundage to people if they don't get that under control.
Right, and the layout of Blacksburg, and this might get weird, but this is between a lot of bars and campus.
Oh gosh.
And like all the bus routes, like it's all within walking distance.
Yes.
Like, you can walk 30 seconds and go get a funnel cake and then go to a bar or whatever. It's all very close together.
It's
so convenient. I think he'll make a ton of money if he has like a $3 option.
Yes.
Something, because there are a ton of kids at that farmer's market, and like if you have like a $3 funnel cake that we can just walk in and pay cash and get out, he'll make a ton of money doing
That is such a good idea. That was a good business move right there. Like I would honestly, if I could go back and try to take business schools and all classes and all that stuff, and I wanted to open a place, this would probably be up my alley as far as how to do it and where to put it. So that's the Sandman that you guys are looking at right there. It looks beautiful right there. So if you guys want to see this full story, see exactly how you get your hands on one of these beautiful, delectable things, obviously Tasty Tuesday is on our website at WSLS.com under the Tasty Tuesday tab. You'll see that. He can hear from the owner himself as far as why he decided to crack this place open for others so that we can all gain some weight. Okay, so moving on, man. Get this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you when you check out this video, okay? This is a school bus. You looked at it in the procession right there in the back. Making its way down the Iowa Farmers Day Parade is being driven by a man who may be the world's longest running school bus driver. His name is Alan Wright. Guinness World Records will soon let Wright know that if he does indeed hold that title. 88-year-old Iowa resident has been driving kids to school for 65 years. Now, his years of service have made him a staple in the community, and Wright served as the Grand Marshal of the Farmers Day celebration Saturday. And instead of riding in a typical convertible, he opted to drive his school bus and invited others to join him. Wright says that he plans on doing the job he loves for as long as he can. That takes a lot of dedication. And I can only imagine for 65 years what he's seen over time.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be the negative person here, but I just know kids are getting wilder and wilder and wilder each year, especially when you're going to pick up or drop them off at the end of the school day. They're real rambunctious, you know. So I can only imagine the amount of respect, though, he's gained over so many years with people knowing that, okay, this dude knows what he's doing. You know, maybe I need to behave on the bus. Mm-hmm. That's my biggest thought process when I think about this. What do you like? Could you see yourself doing something for 65 years, Stephen?
I think so. I'm pretty consistent. How many generations do you think he's driven?
I couldn't even tell.
It's got to
you
be at
about
least
that.
3 generations, right?
Yeah, like 100%.
Like I drove your poppy and your grandpappy.
Yes. So are you telling me you could be our director for 65 years?
I think so. I'm on 9 years now. So.
Yay, dude!
I'm kind of at the point. It's like, why not 10? Why not make it to that even number? So
Yes,
Then
well-
it'll be why not 15?
That would make me so happy because guys, you don't know this, but Steven is by far my favorite director. So yeah, take a page out of his book. Maybe you can hang in and stay around for 65
Don't leave.
years.
I did tell Rebecca, if you're ever gonna honor me like this, don't make me work. Like he's just doing his job. Don't make me direct my own honor show or
Steven's
whatever.
just like, put me in the convertible. Okay, so let's get to this story. story that we've been talking about, this teaser video. I kind of want to put this on our parents' radar. This is a consumer alert for you guys this morning. You may not have heard of it, but a lot of kids have. It's called a Prime drink, and it's a hot drink this summer. There are now calls for the FDA to investigate it, though. This was launched by influencers Prime Hydration. Now, this is a zero-sugar sports drink, has been flying off store shelves, and now there's a concern that the company's new energy drink is confusing some shoppers. Sports drink comes in a plastic bottle, but the energy drink is sold in cans. Get this, one 12-ounce can contains 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is a lot, and that's equivalent to 2 Red Bulls or 6 cans of cola. Medical experts say that the packaging is a part of the problem.
When kids ask parents, hey, can you get me a Prime? Parents think, okay, I want to please my kid. Let's just pick this out, not realizing that there is so much caffeine that can have damaging effects on kids.
Senator Chuck Schumer is now asking the FDA to investigate Prime's marketing tactics and the caffeine content of its energy drinks. Prime representative said in part the company complied with the FDA guidelines before hitting the market and states clearly on packaging as well as in marketing materials that it is an energy drink and it is made for anyone or not made for anyone under the age of 18. So, back in my day, it was all about the Red Bulls. So I remember I used to drink Red Bulls a lot. I just did it for the taste. I never really got that energy kick, but I know some people would drink. Yeah, some people drink Red Bulls to pump up. I know we have a manager who does that here. I can only imagine what this would do because for some reason, energy drinks for me it works backwards. That's why I can't drink coffee or anything like that. I get like super drained and sleepy. Like you remember when they came out with the 5-hour energy?
I was just about to bring that up.
Yes.
I was going to say, I remember you on a sip of 5-hour energy.
It was like, I was just, it was the most uncomfortable feeling ever. But also, like, I remember when I was in school, high school, I took a 5-hour energy for the ACT. And that was a bad idea because I was like how you saw me on the desk for the first half of the test. And then it got to the science and the reading portion. And I was crashing, like dozing off, like super, super dead.
So do you do caffeine at all?
No,
Any
I can't.
caffeine?
I can't do it.
That's not that shocking, but it is a little bit for the shift you work because you're super high energy anyway. So
Yes, I can't do it. But Prime, have you ever tasted this Prime thing?
I haven't. No.
Would you give
it
your
looks
kids?
really gross. No, it's just like it's in that category of like Bang and stuff or Monster.
Yes,
like,
I was gonna say
Red Bull,
Monster's popular.
But this stuff, it's just like super artificially flavored in
Yeah.
my opinion. So it just doesn't taste good to me. This
well,
just looks.
If you
in that alley.
guys. If you guys drink Primes, man, there's a warning. FDA is putting it out there for you, and all of our kids out there, please kind of push the pause button on it. You don't need all that in your system when you're going out to these extracurricular activities. You can get by. But speaking of kids, man, family night, apparently game night helps children be more successful in the math category. New study shows the board games can help young kids grow stronger math abilities. In more than 30% of the games, kids saw a significant improvement in math ability compared to those who did not play. Now, the studies include games such as dominoes and chutes and ladders. The games were introduced for an average of 20 minutes per day, twice a week, for a month and a half. Okay, growing up, we did, every Christmas, we would play board games. So we would play stuff like Payday. You remember Payday?
Vaguely.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
okay.
ever paid it.
That was our thing, man. So it was such a fun game. It makes sense why this would help with any kind of math because you're gonna have to, especially with Monopoly, got to do a lot of adding, subtracting with money and dollars and all that stuff. So I think this is a good deal. I feel like, and this should bring families back to the basics, in my opinion. You know, no more with this technology stuff. Bring everybody back to the living room, pull the board out, and let's play this old school game. What about you?
Yeah, no,
Yeah?
I like it a lot. We play a lot of like card games. We'll do Go Fish and stuff like that.
Aw.
Memory, but like anything more complicated, my children are 4, so they
Yeah.
don't like rules. We change the rules so they don't cry so much. Like Uno. There are certain cards that give you extra cards or reverse cards. Like sometimes we just take all those cards out because we don't want to hear it. So we're a little bit away from like Monopoly and stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it when they do because I want to beat them.
Well, I tell you, Uno can break some families up.
Yes.
Like I'm really good at one-on-one Uno. Like I will throw down. And apparently there was this rule that came out recently that was just like, fun fact, you are not allowed to stack the draws on top of each other, which I still don't agree with
House
because
rules.
man, like play with me, I'm draw 16 on that joint. Like, that's just how we play. Super fun. But yeah, I can't wait for your kids to get older and actually put up a challenge to you.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
You seem like the type of dad that will not let the kid get their way. Like, you're just like, no, I'm tough.
To some extent. It depends on what it is. It depends on if it's worth it. But at some point, you can't just, like, say yes to your kid all the time.
Yes.
You can't just let them win all the time. Like, life is life. You know? That's what happens. Sometimes you lose. And they're not there yet, but
I love that. Parenting 101 with Steven. I love that. Okay, so guys, obviously, if you're waking up and you had just played the Powerball and you're very disappointed, obviously we all are disappointed because did nobody win last night. Powerball reaches $725 million after there was no winner on Monday night's drawing. Winning numbers were 2, 24, 34, 53, 58, and the Powerball was 13. So if you did want to win a smaller prize, there are your numbers right there that's coming out on the screen as we speak. Next Powerball drawing is set for Wednesday, which is the prize is 7th largest in the promotion history. Somebody matches all the numbers in that drawing and decides to take the lump sum. Get this, they will get $366.2 million before taxes. That is a good chunk of change.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's a little chunk of change. So if you guys do win, please remember us here on the Morning Sprint because it will be awesome to at least pay off my student loans, something like that. Okay. It is Tasty Tuesday, but again, you guys sprinted us so many cute kitten pictures yesterday for National Kitten Day that we got to give you some shout outs on this. So this right here on your screen, this is Maximo. This is coming from Bartola. And as you can see, Maximo is hidden right there on that little chair. Super adorable picture of Maximo. And then moving on, Crystal Bowden. She sent us this. She says, Happy Kitty Day from Luna. This is from Salem. Shout out to you for sending your picture in as well. We got another one coming in from Laura Lynn Wright. This is Harley from Newcastle. Is that not the cutest thing ever?
That's adorable.
That's just like, you think of it because, cats are basically the tiniest version of an actual real lion. So that's I think that's her little roar going on right now. Mm-hmm. Now, back in the kitten category, Randy Callahan sent us this one right here. Okay, so he says, Hi, my name is Mr. Nemo. I'm 7 weeks old and just adopted from the Tazewell Animal Shelter by my new forever daddy, Randy Callahan. I love to run and play with my new brothers and sister. Now, when I'm finished getting my belly full of delicious dinner, I go and lay on my daddy's chest and purr until I go to sleep. That's the cutest picture right there. And that lets you know how big of a difference or change that you can make in these little animals' lives when you go in and foster them or adopt them if they're in need. And last but not least, this is a cute one right here. This is coming from April Sunshine D. This is Atlas Earl relaxing in his chicken bed. So all these cute pictures of you guys sending in your cats. Thank you so much for sending those in to us, sprinting them our way. I love giving shout outs to anybody who loves to share their life with us through Pennant. And of course, tomorrow is Wednesday. We call it Workout Wednesday. You can call it whatever you want, Weather Wednesday, whatever. Just send some pins in and we will name it depending on the kind of topic that you guys are sending in. So let's get Jazzy Jazz in the house. Jazz, are you with me, girlie?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Are those not the cutest pictures that people send in for their kittens?
Yeah, they are so adorable. I love little kittens.
And that didn't even scratch the surface. There were so many that people sent in. I wish we could have given a shout out to everybody, but I picked random selections, and I don't think they disappointed at all. Game night. Do you guys currently still play games, board games and all that stuff, like old school?
Oh, yes. I love family game night.
Yes.
We always, we bring my granny over, and we have, like, the card games, like Rummy and Spades and stuff like that.
I love it.
You ever play Rummy?
I don't even know what that is, girl. What's a Rummy?
It's a card game. Like, kind of like Spades a little bit, but it's a lot easier.
I got you. Okay, well, you got to invite me one night to y'all's game night to check it out. Maybe I can score higher in the math portion of ACT after that. So tell me, also, I know you got some little brothers. They're not drinking Prime, are they?
Absolutely not. Yeah, they're not allowed to drink any kind of energy drink, no coffee, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they wouldn't get their hands on an energy drink even if they tried.
Yes.
But yeah, it's really it's insane how much caffeine is in that one drink. They said it was worth about 6 cans of Coke.
Yes. It's all very concerning, and again, it's just a heart attack waiting to happen. I would not recommend that whatsoever, especially if you're of a certain age. And speaking of which, girl, I got a comment that came in on my Facebook page about this particular drink. This is coming from Dwayne Demnon. He says, "Put the energy drinks away. It causes problems with no benefits." So shout out to Dwayne sending that into us. Obviously, he's watching the show, and hopefully, guys pick up from his advice right then and there. Jazz, do we have any more comments or viewers or anything like that today?
None on our website, but let me check our Facebook and see if anyone commented.
Yes.
1 second.
And while you're checking that, I have noticed that every time these shows air, when I go back, I see Facebook is lit up with comments. So, yeah, if you guys want to try to get those into us in live time, I know some people, depending on your schedule, a lot of people go back and watch, and then they'll comment then and there. We are not ignoring you whatsoever. We'll get to them eventually, but it would be cool if you guys could start trying to find a way to get them into us while we're live.
Yeah, absolutely. We would love to have your comments and hear from you while we're live, kind of just going off of what Daphne said, so we can have a conversation and talk back and forth with you. No comments on our Facebook, but like you said, people seem to always comment after we're finished.
Yeah.
So we would love to hear from you guys while we're live, while we're discussing these trending topics, so it can be an ongoing conversation.
Amen. All right, Jazz. Thank you so much, girlie.
Of course.
All right. Okay, guys, before we roll out, we got these headlines to get to coming up in our later newscast, including 10 News at noon. Virginia's Attorney General Jason Miara is continuing his efforts to support law enforcement through a series of roundtable discussions. Yesterday, he met with agencies from the Highlands and Roanoke areas. You can hear exactly what they discussed, again, online at WSLS.com or in our later newscast. Plus, we have new details this morning after a shooting in Henry County. Deputies say that one man, 38-year-old George Steffens, in critical condition this morning after being shot in the torso and neck. Sheriff's office says that a second person, 33-year-old Joshua Canty, was also shot, but is expected to be okay. What police are saying happened between the two men, that coming up later on. And then last but not least, the Lynchburg police officer who shot a woman back in May will not face criminal charges. Commonwealth's attorney ruled yesterday the use of force was justified. Say 35-year-old Ashley Biggs Neely tried to attack two officers with knives before one of them opened fire. Again, another investigation we've been following closely. You'll get more details if you continue to watch our later newscasts on air, and obviously the full stories online at WSLS.com. Well, that does it for us on this Tuesday. Thank you for watching the Morning Sprint with us this morning. We'll be back here again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. at WSLS.com.